Hello everyone, welcome back to the Looney Bin. My name is Looney, and in this video I'm going to go over an idea or a theory that I had that I kind of came up as I was going through like the timeline of like what I think is left in One Piece on a stream a couple days ago at the time of this recording. And the idea that came up is that I think part of what will happen is that I don't think the idea that Luffy vs. Blackbeard is going to be the final fight. I do think that Imu is going to be the central final villain of the series. Now, this isn't a theory about like why I think Imu is going to be the final villain, but a course of action that Imu could do that could cement not only Imu as a big bad villain, but also do something that I think could really much change the course that One Piece will go into. And the idea is that during the battle for the One Piece, whether it will be simply Luffy's crew versus Blackbeard's crew, or it will be a battle royale with, cross-scaled and even the world government involvement, I do think that battle royale for the One Piece is going to be essential to what Imu is going to do and where the possible Imu full reveal, I'm talking about no more silhouette, but the actual full reveal of Imu is going to take place. So, as Luffy, cross-scale, Blackbeard, battle royale, whatever, as the battle for One Piece, goes on, Luffy wins, right? Somehow he lands on Laugh Tale because the fight is going to essentially occur either by Laugh Tale or somewhere near it, like, maybe even on it, who knows. But the battle will be there. Luffy wins. He's exhausted. He's tired, right? He's finally on the island where, Gold Roger set foot in, right? And then at that moment, as he's trying to crawl onto like the beach or like somewhere on the island, that is when Imu's full reveal happens. So all of a sudden, Imu suddenly appears in front of Luffy. This towering figure, a low angle shot up at Imu from Luffy's angle. We see the full reveal of Imu, whether it's a ugly ass motherfucker, or it could be a female, or could whatever you want Imu to be. Let's just say that's who it is, right? But the point is that is where Imu finally shows up. The battle was simply just a way for the world government, especially Imu, to finally be able to land on Laugh Tale. Now, he's not there necessarily for the One Piece, right? He's not there for that. And I think from the recent chapter 1125, we kind of see where Imu's kind of like reason for killing Saturn was, and like essentially why he was upset with what happened in Egghead. He wasn't necessarily upset, right, with Vegapunk's message. I don't think he's worried that people know that, the world has been flooded or that the world is flooding, right? Because technically Vegapunk didn't reveal that it was them that was doing it, right? Vegapunk kind of hinted at it, but not necessarily, pointed the finger at Imu or anyone in the world government, right? Even members of the Vice Admiral were like confused, like, wait, does that mean that whatever Vegapunk said was true? And then, they got blasted in the head by Saturn, right? I think what he was really pissed off at was the fact that Saturn let Joy Boy go. He didn't capture Joy Boy, and that's what pissed him off. Now, I am a little curious to see, because he has some sort of telepathy between himself, Imu, and the Gorosei, right, the elders. But it's strange that he specifically says Joy Boy. He doesn't specifically mention Luffy. He doesn't even mention Emmett. He just mentions Joy Boy, and I think the reason why is because he felt Joy Boy's haki. Now, I don't know if, he understood where that haki came from. He probably, or fear that, Luffy, who holds, Sun God Nika's devil fruit, the same fruit that Joy Boy had, maybe he assumed that Luffy was the one who released that haki. But what if he didn't actually know? He could communicate with the Gorosei, but what if he doesn't actually know or see what they see? All he knows is what he hears. So it's possible that Imu doesn't know who or where Joy Boy's haki came from. He did feel it though, because that's just how strong Joy Boy's haki was. And the reason why Saturn, got punished for is because, Imu felt Joy Boy's haki somewhere, somehow, and Saturn didn't do anything to stop it, right? It's possible that he also could see what Saturn's seeing, and maybe he saw Emmett, saw Joy Boy, and maybe, Imu found out about Saturn, not destroying Emmett 200 years ago. It's also possible. That could very well be possible. I'm not going to deny that either, because that's also possible. But let's just say he doesn't or didn't know where the haki came from, right? This tells me that he doesn't care who finds the One Piece. He doesn't care, who gets to Laptail. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't care who winds up finding it, right? Because he still has the confidence that whatever the One Piece is, he will still have the, powerful weapon from above, which we assume is the ancient weapon Uranus, to essentially eliminate whatever target he wants to. And he has the power of the world government as well. It's also probably also aligns with the idea that whoever finds the One Piece has to know how to use it in some form of capacity, which is why technically he goes after people who are studying, the ancient technology, because they would know how or what the One Piece is and how to use it, and that is more of a threat than, let's say, Luffy finding the One Piece. Because if Luffy finds the One Piece, let's say Luffy finds the One Piece, he doesn't know what it is, he doesn't know, has Robin to help, try to figure out what it is used for, he wouldn't care. Because Luffy just wouldn't know how to do it. What he would try to eliminate are anyone who is capable of, telling him how to use it. Because at the end of the day, Imu doesn't care necessarily about who finds the One Piece. He cares if they know how to use it, and he cares if that person is able to, follow what Joy Boy wanted, follow and do what Joy Boy's will wanted, why he did all this stuff to leave for future generations. That's what he's pissed off about. So as Imu is there on Laptail looking down on Luffy, he's gone, and he's gonna say, "You failed once again, Joy Boy." He will take the One Piece or whatever it is, so that Joy Boy's will does not at all, is leaning towards it being successful, leaning toward whatever Joy Boy wanted to happen, to actually happen. So Imu doesn't want Joy Boy's will to continue, because it will ruin everything that Imu has done over the past 800 years. And when he finally obtains whatever it is, whether it's the One Piece, maybe he doesn't even want to, like I said, doesn't care about the One Piece, doesn't want the One Piece, but he wants to prevent Luffy from getting it, or prevent anyone from reaching it. That is when, at that moment, right, as Imu is there, right, he will also bring Uranus or whatever it is that destroyed Lelouch. He would use that to completely destroy Laptail. Because remember, it's very hard to get to Laptail unless you have the Poneglyphs. Imu had 800 years, right? 800 years to figure out where the One Piece is, to remove the threat of, where it is. So that's why he's been destroying anything related to the ancient civilization, eliminating anyone who knows any knowledge of the ancient kingdom, who may read the Poneglyphs, right? And at the end of the day, he's doing this to prevent anyone from using whatever it is that Joy Boy left behind, right? That's what he cares most about. It's not, these pirates playing along and trying to find the One Piece. Because again, if, let's say, Buggy gets it, how is Buggy going to know what to do with it? Right? Vegapunk did say that whoever, possesses it, whoever gets it, gets to control the fate of the world. But if they don't know how to properly use the One Piece, wherever it is, then it doesn't matter to Imu. Because again, Imu could just fucking obliterate them by just using Uranus or an ancient weapon. Because now he also has the Mother Flame, so now he's able to do it at any point in time. The Mother Flame is still incomplete, right? So who knows, right? Now, if we go to the idea that maybe Imu does want the One Piece for him, for themselves, what would be a reason for that? My guess, and I made a theory about it in regards to the Mother Flame is incomplete, which means that more than likely there will be some issue with it that he cannot, or Imu cannot use Uranus or the ancient weapon anytime he wants, right? It would just be impossible to use it. Maybe there's like a cooldown, thing, who knows? Or maybe it just doesn't, power Uranus or whatever that weapon is at full power. What if the One Piece completes the Mother Flame? If the One Piece is able to complete the Mother Flame, then that would be a reason why he would take it, right? But the point is that Imu's full reveal will be at Laptail, and he will legitimately destroy Laptail. Once the person who finds Laptail, is able to get there, if the world government is part of that part of that battle for the One Piece, guess what? Imu will also be there. Imu will also be involved. That would be the perfect time to introduce, the full body of Imu. And it will be an extremely important thing for Imu, to destroy Laugh-Tale in some form of way so that it will be completely gone. Whether he takes the One Piece or not, he wants to eliminate Laugh-Tale so that nobody else will try this shit ever again. And I think that is what Imu will try to do when, all these pirates are going at each other. Once all these pirates go at each other and they obliterate each other, through fights, the world government can then capture them, right? The world government will be able to do that, and eventually Imu wins, the big grand war, or he prevents whatever Joy left behind, whatever Joy wanted, future generations to do. He'll put a stop to it. And that's why I think Imu's full reveal will happen at Laugh-Tale, and he will also try to destroy Laugh-Tale via the ancient weapon that shoots the beams down from the sky. That's what I think will happen. Again, I don't know if it will. It's all dependent on Oda if that's what he wants to do, right? Oda could decide to do something else, and that's perfectly fine. But I think at the end of the day, I believe this to be what, Imu's going to try to do, and I think it'll be pretty cool. Just think about, that's how we get the reveal. Luffy's really close to the One Piece, and all of a sudden Imu, shows up, stops him from getting closer, and you get that full silhouette, that full view of Imu. That will be an excellent double spread. A low angle shot that is from Luffy's point of view, looking up at Imu and showcasing just how much of a freaking threat Imu is. That will, cement Imu as the final villain of One Piece. And it would be a excellent way to fully showcase Imu, for good. To finally see who Imu is behind that silhouette. So, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this theory video. And again, if this doesn't come true, I take another L. Yay me. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more of my ideas. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye-bye.